evil comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Morning. Wow. Did you know that it's been weeks? I had to make myself sleep in this morning. That's good stuff, man. There's somebody that was sleeping 12 hours a day and got about 5-6 hours of actual work done a day. It's a heck of an improvement. All right. People are talking at the same time. That's all right. Nobody's here yet. So, got a feeling I lost some people, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, what it is. So, and rewatchers, how many times do you have to hear? Well, nobody's here yet, so I'm going to screw around. Oh, this isn't your regular stuff, man. We don't do. I'm not like other people. We just, I'm not looking for certain things. The only intention of this is to help at least one person. That's all it's for. And if it can help one person each day, then gosh, we're off to a good start. Because if one person in AA helped one person each day, we make it. We're not all sick on the same day. Yeah. So quite often I talk about how relationships are 50-50, they equal 100%. But I was listening to somebody the other day, and even though they kind of pissed me off, I agreed with them. Because some days, Shannon do 70 and I do 30. I always give her the bigger number because, she's done most of the work. And then there's some days, where I got to do 60. I always lower why do we do that to ourselves? Anyway, there might be some days when all you and your partner can give is 20%. So what are we going to do on those days? I'll tell you what my wife and I do. This is what it comes down to. We got each other. We got each other. And that's all that fucking matters. As long as we stick together and do what we're supposed to do, we will be able to take care of each other. It's a partnership. Very much so. All right. Let's get started. Saturday morning, I'm feeling awfully not popular here. I'm gonna put this in I am live. I'll put it in one other place, see if we can't get some stuff going. There are a couple people that haven't shown up for a little bit. Let's see if we can catch them today. But welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Live or the rewatch. Live or the rewatch. All right, YouTubers are showing up. I'll be making some changes on Facebook. What I'm going to do is everybody that said, yeah, Dion, I like what you do and things like that. I'm going to actually, I don't know if it'll be today or whatever, but it'll be coming soon. But I'm just going to invite all those people to that one place. And when it comes to Facebook, my stuff will be by invite only. Yeah. And it's okay. People are like, yeah, that's exactly what you don't do. Well, don't you want thousands of people watching you? And yeah, God takes care of that part. If God wants you in my life, it'll happen. You're not going to have a choice. That's how my life is. I don't go chasing people. I used to, but that's old behavior, isn't it? All right. Now, I did not, I'm so confused. All right. Give me a second here. Oh, that's not even the right one. That does not affect. Hold your face to the light. All right. I've got to check it. Sorry. Okay, it did work this time. They changed a bunch of things here, and then they changed them, and then they changed them again. So I forgot that I had to bring my description over. The description tells you what this thing is all about. So, all right, let's get to chat. Put that on chat. We're going to start out because today's reading leads us to As Bill Sees It, page 3. So we're going to go there first. But As Bill Sees It, you know, this person doesn't listen much anymore. Maybe, yeah, who knows? I don't know, God. Give me some direction in that if you could. All right. 3, pain and progress. Years ago, I used to commiserate with all the people who suffered. Okay. That would be you joined in on their suffering. Commiserate means you joined. Yeah, that means I was one of the people. Was it Misery Loves Company, right? So now I commiserate with those who suffer in ignorance, who do not understand the purpose and ultimate utility of pain. Now, I have a feeling that commiserate is that I got it wrong. I think I got it wrong. So let's go look it up, because that second part didn't fit with the way I described it. It didn't. Definition of commiserate.
Here's the definition of commiserate: express or feel sympathy or pity.
So I was right. Okay. Feel, show, express pity. What does it mean to commiserate? To feel or express sympathy. Okay. Now, we don't use sympathy. You might feel sympathetic towards somebody. Sometimes I'll see somebody on the street, young lady with her young child walk around on the street. Yeah, my sympathy will come out. You bet it will. Okay. But I can't sit there. I can't sit there. So it's not going to, if I stay in the sympathy, there's not going to be any action. It's just going to be woe is them, and for us alcoholics, this is important. Why is it important? Because almost every single recovered alcoholic becomes a codependent. Hi, Ingrid. I'm glad you're here. And you can call me Dwayne all you want. It's been a long time since Dwayne came up. It sounds weird, but you want to know what name people accidentally call me? Or at least teachers of the Damien. Not even close. Not even close, but I'm glad to see you. You were on my mind this morning, so it's just been, I know everybody's been busy. Holidays, kids are out of school again, things like that. Okay. But if you're my friend and I don't hear from you for a little bit, I'm going to start to worry about you. This is all new stuff for me. And it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice that I have enough friends to worry about. It's kind of cool. All right. So it did. Now I commiserate with those who suffer in ignorance. Yeah, that was me, right? I was naive. I don't know that I was even naive, but ignorant would fit. I was naive before I learned the big book. And then it became knowledge, right? Well, And I kind of want to talk about this a little bit. Okay. And I love the fact that there are a lot of people that are listening to me that I wasn't aware of. Okay. And I appreciate it. I really do. Right? You can't get this program by osmosis, and I want you to make it. I wish I could be the person to give you everything. I really do. I wish I was. I've got enough humility that I don't know that it'd go to my head. See, but do I know that? Do I actually know that? I wish I had a magic wand, man. Fuck yeah. But I don't. You know, if you've gone to AA, Ingrid, do you mind if I use you as an example? I've got friends in this program that are extremely shy, that have every reason not to go to AA, and they still go. Okay. But I know what it's like. I understand that fear. I know what it's like to be put aside. I know these other things. So if you're in that position, please reach out to me. Okay. Reach out to anybody else that you see in this group. Come to our grassroots meeting. Okay. It's a great meeting. Good morning, Daryl. It is good to see you. All right. Now, because there's three, you can see there's three here, right? Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. This middle one goes to the 12 by 12, so I'm going to go down here. And then we'll go to the 12 by 12 on page 93. And I bet it's in step 11. I'm willing to put money on it. I need to pay my child support. I haven't done that yet. Okay. Believe more deeply. Hold your face up to the light, even for the moment you do not see. And there's a lot of meaning in that. You know, talk about the sunlight, the spirit. I tend to do things kind of literally. If I have the chance to stand in the sun in the morning, it's what I do. It's just, it feels nourishing. It feels nice to feel that sun on my face. Unless I get up in the morning, it's like 90 degrees and I stand in the shade and enjoy the sun from the shade. You know? There we go. See, that's a great line. Thank you, Daryl. I appreciate that. It is better to be seen than viewed. All right. Now we're going to go to the 12 by 12. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the 12 by 12. I might have been wrong, but I'm not. It's step 10. I was wrong. Yay! Why am I celebrating that I was wrong? Because I didn't want to talk on step 11 again. Hey, it's one of those things where being wrong made it right, you know? I'm going to start in the middle of page 92. So, I know Ingrid likes to read along, so I'll take a little bit of talking juice. There goes my camera again. See if we can fix it without doing the... Nope. It worked. It worked. It's something I've learned from doing this for years and years. Did you know that I was actually a cameraman for Cablevision when I was like 11, 12 years old? Yeah, Cablevision had just started, and the man that had raised me, his friend was a big to-do with Cablevision, and they just put a what you would call a central office, or, you know, anyway, there was a recording studio and everything there, and my brother and I volunteered we used to work the cameras for Cablevision. It was a lot of fun. It was public access television stuff. Yeah, a lot of fun. All right. Middle of page 92. Finally, we begin to see that all people, including ourselves, are to some extent emotionally ill as well as frequently wrong. The frequently wrong doesn't tend to change. If I have decided that I'm going to make a decision all upon my lonesome, then I'm probably going to be frequently wrong. There's not much that I decide all on my own. Okay, when I'm making decisions that will affect other people. If it's just affecting me, that process is a little different. I still talk to God, you know. Okay. But we alcoholics are extremists, and this may sound silly, but people will take it to this. God, am I allowed to eat yet? God, am I, here, see how that's just nasty? And yeah, well, gosh, I have to ask for everything. Well, maybe you do. Maybe you do. I don't know. Do you not know when to eat? The alcohol may have fucked that up. Still going. I got plenty of literature. One more in here. See what else I got. All right. Now that we solved that. I'll tell you how I do the topic. I will tell you how the topic usually comes about if somebody does not suggest it. I listen to my gut. I go through all of these and I decide and I ask my gut, which one feels right? Which one is the right one? So I don't decide whether I'm talking about 10, 11, or whatever else, usually. So that's to give you an idea. Also, I will give an invitation if there's something like Amber, she has a really good one, but see, I don't have extra money at the moment to get other stuff. All those books were bought for me. They were. So, and then that's a great suggestion. So send me more literature. We will do it. Finally, we begin to see, so emotionally will as frequently wrong, and then we approach true tolerance and see what real love for our fellows actually means. It will become more and more evident as we go forward that it is pointless to become angry or get hurt by people who, like us, are suffering from the pains of growing up. A lot of us are working on growing up. That includes me. I'm trying, I don't know that there's going to ever be a point when I'm not growing up. And growing pains still hurt. They do kind of. Oh, I understood, Daryl, but I don't decide. Hey, God gave me what I wanted. I'm not on step 11, so I heard you. I heard you. It's just one of those things where, kind of like when we were talking about, I've been doing it a while, but I always like to try and at least stick to AA literature, and the reason being is so I don't get out of my lane. But I'm always willing to have more stuff. You bet. You bet. So if you have suggestions, like if you're reading something and you're like, oh, this would be a great topic, and you take a picture and send it to me, I'm probably going to use it. I will probably use it. I love it when people give me topics because I find a challenge in it, especially if I don't know the topic very well. Then there's a challenge. That gets me a little excited because it means I'm going to learn something new. All right, such a radical change in our outlook will take time, maybe a lot of time. Not many people can truthfully assert that they love everybody. Most of us admit that we have loved but a few, that we have been quite indifferent to the many, so long as none of them gave us trouble. Aha. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid, right? And this was me, you know. So long as nobody gave me any trouble, I didn't dislike you. But the moment you gave me trouble, no, you were on what was called my shit list. I got rid of my shit list years ago. What is my shit list? Well, that's the list of people that I would allow to live rent free in my head for the day. That's what that was. It wasn't anything else. It meant I was coming after you. Oh. So are people on my shit list? No, I don't have a shit list anymore. I don't get to decide those things. Everybody is a child of God, and what I see is a lot of, yeah, absolutely, yeah. You know, thing is, my okay. Let me do it this way too. Let's say because a lot of people that listen to me don't want to hear their name on here. I'm just kidding. They don't want to, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you want to send me, if you want to send me a topic and be anonymous about it, because I always like to give credit, then do that. Just say, hey, Dion, I don't want you to bring up my name, and I won't. And then you can kind of, maybe I could, I don't know. Anyway, all the attitudes are common enough. We A's find that we need something much better in order to keep our balance. And here it is. We can't stand it if we hate deeply. Yeah, it's that hate. And it drives me nuts. Yeah. I will get to a point where your mind ever goes so much that you're like, would you just shut the fuck up, Dion? Right? You're holding your head. Well, yeah, I know. So he made a whole video about me, from my understanding. I don't know. I don't think they're right. I don't think it has to do with me at all. All right. I just don't think I'm that. Sorry, but yeah, I can't stand if I hate deeply. Um, Now, what do I got to do about that? Well, I have to be proactive. It's the best way. Is the best way for me to stay away from that. Why? I'm gonna tell you, I'll just be on because I love drama, man. Like everybody else, I love drama. Yes. Okay. More than anything, I love stories. And if there's drama in the story, then I'm even more up for it. Gotta watch that, right? The idea that we can be possessively loving of a few, can ignore the many, and continue to fear or hate anybody has to be abandoned, if only a little at a time. That's how I did it. I had to do it just a little bit at a time. That's it. There's only one way to eat an elephant, a bite at a time. It's going to take time. I still slip into it. Sure, I do. But it's becoming less and less and less and less. Yeah. So, cool, Daryl. I already knew that. I'm going to use it all over. You're like, to me, that's not a threat. That's a threat, Dion. Okay. You don't have my email? That's weird, but I'll do that. Okay. I'll try and do that. I'll let you know. Sorry. I'm not quite awake yet. I actually made myself sleep in a little bit. So when we can, we're not, hold on. It's not on the place that I thought we were at. Okay. Suddenly Dion is confused. Just give me 1 second here because there's a someone once remarked 93, 94. Oh, that's because it's on 94. Okay, now I'm back. We can try to stop making unreasonable demands upon those we love. Okay. Now, yeah, you'd snail mail it. You must be special. Not many people have my address. I actually keep that a little hidden. I do it on purpose. I don't want a bunch of people showing up in my house. So, sounds good, brother. So, if we're making the thing is if we can at least get to the point where we understand that people are spiritually sick and we can love them for who they are, even if they disturb us doing things wrong. Okay, and I'll just leave it at that. We still need to do what we can to show kindness. Okay. Now that might be hard. Sometimes it doesn't make that qualification. Okay. I just saw somebody get kicked out of a group, but there was like 30 chances given, man. There was. And there was a lot of kindness shown even after. Even after. There was still kind. There wasn't shit talk. And I was proud of the group for that. Okay. But let me put it a different way. I run my mouth a lot. I tell the truth a lot. Well, people get mad and physically violent, especially when they're a gang of motorcyclists. You know, when you got that gang mentality, then you think you're indestructible, right? And I don't want a bunch of fucking Harley Davidsons parked in front of my house. There you go. There's the truth. All right. We can show kindness where we had shown none. With those we dislike, we begin to practice justice and courtesy, perhaps going out of our way to understand and help them. And that's exactly what happened. Because the mentality there is, but for the grace of God, go I. At the same time, a disruption to the group is a disruption to the group is a disruption to the group. And there are certain things that go beyond just disruption. What I say earlier, there are a lot of people out there that are not going to AA meetings for fear of bullshit like that. No, we can't kick anybody out of it. Watch me. I'm not kicking you out of AA. I'm kicking you out of this meeting. And you have every right to do it. You do. It's got to be voted upon. And it's not an easy process. Okay. And it's not very often that I run across people that actually need to be removed from the group. Okay. But if you're abusing AA in front of us, we're going to say something. We will not tolerate it. Or will we? We will for a little bit. You bet. Right? But it's just kind of like the sponsee that you have that calls you with the frothy emotional appeal once a month that never does anything. Right? It's kind of like that. Because what happens, hey, dude, till you're serious, I love you, but I could be helping somebody that wants to do the work. Whenever we fail any of these people, we can promptly admit it to ourselves, always, and to them also when the admission would be helpful. Courtesy, kindness, justice, and love are the keynotes by which we may come into harmony with practically anybody. When in doubt, we can always pause saying, not my will, but thine be done. And we can often ask ourselves, am I doing to others as I would have them do to me today? Now that's a tricky one. Yeah, you can do that. What is he say? Oh, you switched over to YouTube. What he's saying is you can have an emergency group conscious. If something has happened in the meeting and it must be discussed, yeah, yeah. All you have to do is have 2 or 3 people. It's just voted upon. We need an emergency group conscious because of this. Vote. If somebody else votes yes, there's a group conscious. Just needs to be, in fact, there's not a voting. Somebody needs to bring it up. Someone second it, and now it is approved to be a group conscious. And maybe I need to do that. Come on and talk about how the group conscious works. Or you can just go listen to my tradition series. When evening comes up, perhaps just before going to sleep, many of us draw up balance sheets for the day. This is a good place to remember that inventory taking is not always done in red ink. It's a poor day indeed when we haven't done something right. As a matter of fact, the waking hours are usually well filled with things that are constructive. Good intentions, good thoughts, and good acts are there for us to see. Even when we have tried hard and failed, we may chalk that up as one of the greatest credits of all. Under these conditions, the pains of failure are converted into assets. Restream's still fucking everything up. I have to redo everything every single time. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to send you. We're gonna have to work something out until they get their shit together, and I don't know when it's gonna be. It's been weeks, so it might be taken care of today. So, one of them we receive is the stimulation we need to go forward. Someone who knew what he was talking about once remarked that pain was the touchstone of all spiritual progress. That's what I was trying to get to. That's what I was trying to get to. I brought this up to Pastor Marcia yesterday. She said, "What did you just say?" I said, "Pain is the touchstone of all spiritual progress." And she said, "I never heard that one before." I said, "It's in the big book." And then she said something from the Bible that fit it. I said, "See?" So, but she loves the way that we put it. Hey. Now I talk to her, and sometimes it's AA coming out of her mouth. Yay! She's not a religious person. She's a spiritual person. She is. I love Pastor Marcia. She's like a sister, man. Like she should have been my sister. Honestly. Yeah. Just as much as I care for all of you. Right? And all my favorites are on right now. I may have lost one of them. I don't know. I don't trust those numbers anymore. So, all right. How heartily we AAs agree with him, for we know that the pains of drinking had to come before sobriety and emotional turmoil before serenity. We're not going to be able to feel any of those things unless. Why do you think your happiness is so great? Because our misery was. Here we go again. Nah, didn't do it this time. Can't keep doing that. It's all right. I may be switching back to my home computer, and you guys don't care about that stuff, right? So, pain is the touchstone for, I don't want to say all spiritual progress. You don't necessarily have to be in pain to change. We can make a decision to say, hey, maybe I'm a little too comfortable in my sobriety, in my recovery. I'm getting hit. It's one thing I'm getting tired of. People using sobriety for recovery when they're two separate things. It tells me you don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. There's just too many. Good to see you too, Ben. Good to see you too, brother. All that tacking makes a man quite parched. Touchstone, a standard or criterion by which something is judged or recognized. They tend to regard grammar as the touchstone of all language performance. Yeah. Sorry, now things are getting mixed up in my head because of my dyslexia. Because now I want to talk about the cornerstone. Told you I'm not quite awake today. And I don't know that I'm going to wake up. I just wanted to see if it was in here. And it's not. All right. Okay. I think I hit what we got, what we're supposed to talk about today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. There goes my camera again. God, that is the 4th time during this one. So maybe it's just time to reset some things. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. Peace out and have a day.